everybody's doing well. Yesterday we had a crazy sell-off. We were able to catch nice shorts up here on ES. We ended up selling off for the rest of the day. Oh, my voice today, very weird. Good morning, guys. So we'll get rid of yesterday's orb. We're going to keep this supply zone here because we did end up rejecting it. This blue zone I'm going to delete. Get rid of these old levels. It's no longer our gap fill price. And we can make a new previous day high. So let's look at our previous day high and previous day low. Huge sell-off yesterday, man. That was crazy. We top ticked that. Previous day high, previous day low. Let's delete that. Previous day low. So we broke through this demand zone. So now the next major pivot we have is well, this is a strong key level. We're gonna move that to the right. And major, this is gonna be our major level. If we manage to break this level today, guys, good chance we have another strong sell-off today. 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour. Now I'm just looking to see if we have any supply zones that I may have missed. Supply zone right here. So look, because we have this supply zone here and we did technically break this one a little bit, I'm going to delete this and just use this 2 hour. So S2 hour, come back to my rectangle, supply, delete this out too. This is a 59.20 I wanted to use as a target yesterday too. Would have worked out great. Good morning, guys. What's going on? Hope you guys all had a good evening. Previous day low. We did break previous day low already. Let's see if we have any other supply or demand zones we might be looking to trade. A little bit of a 90-minute supply zone right here. Now this zone lines up with this broken demand zone. So, if we open or break this major level and then come back and retest, this 58.63 will be an area that I'm going to look for shorts. Because again, you guys know I like to look left when it comes to making my zones. If we look left, this was an area of support, and we broke it. Now let's see if we want to come retest it and work as resistance. Alright, let's see. We also have a 30-minute supply zone right inside this 90-minute, but because we have the 90-minute here already, I'm not going to mark it out. So ES right away, I'm going to be looking for shorts in the supply zone. Let's find our gap fill price. Oh, look at this, guys. Perfect. Our gap price is right here, right on top of the supply zone. So that means we could even potentially target gap fill and then take those shorts once gap gets filled. Let's check out our gap fill report. New York session, go by size, and it tells us the current size is 0.76, so there's definitely a good chance we probably don't fill it, right? So odds are pretty slim that we fill it, but not impossible. And something I want to add to that is because the odds are slim, but the gap lines up with my supply zone, I really want to take that short once we fill that gap. Wow, there were only 2 gap downs this large in the past 6 months. That's crazy. One filled, one didn't. Look back at the past year, not year to date. You want to do the past year. The reason you want to do past year is because if you do year to date, you're only going to get a couple months now. Look at that, this gap is just getting bigger too. If we continue lower, gap gets bigger. But if we do look at that gap down, only 17% chance of getting filled on the past year. But the last one did get filled. We'll keep an eye on that. Ideally, I'd like to see us open somewhere over here so that our gap fill is smaller. Let's see. Like if we could get to this point when market opens around 58.39, that would bring us to a 0.39 size gap fill. And look how much better the odds are at that point. So if we could get it up there, if we could open here, and we'll call this, do a little eye emoji look for NY, New York open. That way, the gap fill will be a smaller percent size, and we have a better chance of hitting the supply zone. So that's what I'm looking for on ES today. So ES, I want a gap fill, but I also want New York to open a bit higher than where we are right now. Okay, so ES S&P 500. We have been in a very strong downtrend for the past week and a half. It looked like we were trying to hold the bottom of a range until yesterday when we broke through it with some strength, we could still be potentially at the bottom of this range, looking for fake outs on the short side. However, I'm looking to trade the trend. And the edge full stat I saw, the gap fill has a 80% chance of filling when it's under 0.39%, but only a 30% chance of filling when it's above 0.4%. So I'd like to see ES open at least open above 58.9375. That would make the gap size 0.39%. I think I Cool. So right, we want to see that gap fill. We want to see ES open a little bit higher up right now. Let's check out. Let's also see where the opening price is. Opening price, because again, we're already below previous day low. So now let's use all our stats. So here's our open price. Let's see ES on previous day's range. We want to look back at 6 months. And not New York session, we'll look at daily session. Previous day low broken, 67% chance of closing red. By weekday, 64% chance of closing red. So the odds are in the bears' favor by 64% today. But that would be for us to close below the open price. Now, if we look at that 90-minute supply zone, check it out. That open price lines up right within that supply zone too. So a lot of resistance holding up. This is really where I would like to look for some shorts today on ES if we could get that fill. Let's check out crude oil. Crude oil dropping again too. Crude oil's getting better moves overnight, guys. During market open, it's been a little crap. So yeah, I mean, if anything, I'm looking at the daily candle and I don't see any upper wick on it. So maybe we'll want to pull back a little bit. Check the 3 hour, 2 hour. Looking for any possible supply zones, looking to delete some old demand zones. Maybe right here. So let's see. And you know what, too, these demand zones down here, there's a good chance that they're not even true demand zones in the sense that when the contracts change over. So we're going to have to check those out. S2 hour. Oh, no, they are okay. All right, cool. Look at the price action, right? Down, 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 chop, sideways, drop. And then we used this area of support. Tried one more time as support, and then we failed it. Now it's holding as resistance up here. But now we're all the way down here. Now we can look to see if this area wants to work as resistance. Right now that's above my supply zone. So let me take a look one more time and see if we do have any other zones sort of near this price level. I would mark this 90-minute, but this wick goes higher than it. Same with this one. This wick goes higher than it. 45. This would be way too high. I don't think we're going to go all the way back up there on crude today. What's this level? Key level. A lot of key levels down here. All right, not really going to be looking at crude today. Let's take a look at what gold's doing. Look at gold, finally, guys. Oh my goodness. Gold swept that low, opened with a gap, continued on that push higher. Great. Question is, do we want to hold this daily supply zone or do we want to push lower? Well, let's break it down into some other time frames. Boom, right off the bat. Let's see. Hold up. I just want to see these other broken supply zones if we use them already, which we did. Look at this. So here's new supply zone formed. We used it for a short, used it again for a short, but the sell-off failed to continue. Then we squeezed and we popped. Then we used that supply zone as demand. So we're going to delete that because it was already used. Let's see. Now this supply zone, this 30-minute supply zone right here, this one I might keep, even though we broke it and retested it as support already, I might keep this one. Let's see. Let's go to fair value gaps. We're going to check gold. So gold, I'm looking at daily fair value gaps, and I want to look at 30-minute. I'm looking for bullish fair value gaps. 48% chance mitigated. Okay, that's okay, I suppose. Not really. The past few have all been mitigated. But that makes me think, if we have, let's say, and we're going to delete this other zone right here, this blue one, so we don't get thrown off. So this 30-minute fair value gap right here, yes, it's a 50-50 almost. But let's say we mitigate this 30-minute fair value gap above us. Well, then the odds of this one getting filled increase because we already mitigated the one before it. So this is a 30-minute imbalance, which is a fair value gap. Same with this one. 30-minute imbalance. So those are the two I'm looking for. I'd really like to see 29.05. And I want to see 29.05 because it rests on that broken supply zone. Nope, that's oil. $29.05. We got some ways to go to $29.05. So we'll be careful. We'll be patient. And we'll sort of let the market develop, right? So we get more on the session volume profile. We're able to get an idea of where there might be a low volume node to take. What do you think of non-farm payroll coming Friday? What's going on? Which concept are you trading? SMC, ICT, or maybe SNR? So I use supply and demand. So my main strategy is supply and demand. That's these red and green zones. And then I break it down with liquidity levels, like buy side, sell side liquidity. And I also use imbalances, which are considered fair value gaps in the ICT world. Non-farm payroll this Friday is going to be huge, right? It's going to give us a big move. Go to economics, we go to Friday. Non-farm payroll, that's always a big one. What I like to do when it comes to trading non-farm payroll is I like to wait for that first move to happen, and then I mark out the data high and data low and look to see how we react to either direction. Do we break? Sometimes we'll get it where, let's say data high is here, data low is there, and price is just sort of, let's see. So here's price into non-farm payroll, very little price action. And then all of a sudden we'll get that spike up and then a crazy spike right back down. And then price will usually dance on one of those sides. Now, sometimes what I'll look for is a sweep of the data low, push back into it. And then I want to see us make a higher high off of this lower high right here. And I'll look for a new, then I'll look for a higher low to form too. And then I would target the data high level. Now, sometimes if we don't get a setup like that, we might get something a little bit more along the lines of, let's say, a crazy spike higher, crazy drop. We dance around the price level, and then we continue below the price level, right? So a few ways to trade NFP, right? We could trade it with continuation, or we could trade it within the range. When we have data, it gives us our data high and low. Now, if we take out the data low and we continue lower, I might look for bulls to come back in the market at some point, whether it's tomorrow, the next day, because that data high needs to be taken out because that's a proper and true imbalance when it comes to the market. And those are the imbalances that we should really be focusing on. All right, let's see. So did we do gold? We did gold. Maybe some longs on gold would be nice. We're above previous day high already. We are in a supply zone on gold. So maybe some shorts on gold, really, because of the supply zone. A lot of selling delta over here too. Definitely interesting. Good morning, everybody. I want to see, gold looks, guys, I would say maybe some shorts on gold with a tight stop loss here, because it's looking like it wants to create a 15-minute basing and a sell-off. So look at what we did here. We had our basing, we had our sell-off, we have our basing. Now the question is, do we have another sell-off coming afterwards? Now you can be patient and wait till price does start to move lower with some strength, because right now we do have some support on Bookmap, but just because we have some support on Bookmap doesn't mean it's definitely going to hold. There we go. Okay. Looks like the support's trying to fail, but it's not really because these levels are still here. Yo, morning, Hugo. What's going on, man? See that big seller steps in? I really think gold wants to continue this lower. There we go. That looks pretty good. Remember, we had the negative deltas up here too, so there's more aggressive sellers than buyers in this volume right here. And that's what we saw yesterday on ES. Yo, morning, Random. What's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
What's poppin', my dude?
Are you on YouTube right now?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Why, were you going to curse?
No.
No, I wouldn't have asked. I don't care if you're on YouTube. I'll curse.
Yeah, who knows?
Why, what's up?
No, nothing. I wasn't sure if the pre-market was on YouTube or not.
Yeah, I started, it's on YouTube, but it's live to YouTube, so whoever wants to view it can jump in. I don't know if but I have now the pre-market preps live on YouTube, and then the live streams on YouTube now. I don't know if I want to keep the live streams live on YouTube or the pre-market preps on YouTube. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do like Monday and Friday, I'll do everything on YouTube, and then Tuesday through Thursday for the pre-market preps, I'll still do it on YouTube, but I'll do it unlisted so that only members can get it. Marcus, no, I do not hear you. It says it's green, like you're trying to talk. You have the right, in settings, you have the right microphone connected. If you go to settings and then go to voice and video, input device.
I'm going to join the YouTube to boost the viewers 1 sec.
Yeah, bro, you good. Ain't no thing. Hey, there he is. What's up, Marcus?
Hello.
Hello. Got a mic set up? I'm not in any positions right now. I might not take any trades today. I got a lot going on at home and I can't think straight. So when we can't think straight or when we're not psychologically 100%, we really shouldn't be trading anyways. But I did want to do a little pre-market prep for you guys so you guys had some idea of where some levels of interest might be. So crude guys, we're not touching crude today. Crude has been short city, but it's also been in a bit of a tough spot. See that? Look at that. I probably would have taken that on gold. Maybe would have stopped out. Not thinking 100% today. Can't take any trades today. Because then what happens is when you're not 100% and you take a bad trade or two bad trades, it'll not only add up, but then you'll start to feel the FOMO. You'll start to feel upset, annoyance, any emotion that's known for stopping out traders you're going to get. And not because you always do, but because now you're either sick or you're preoccupied or you have something else going on that you can't focus. Like right now on gold, what I see is I see all these little lows just waiting and be swept. All these little lows just waiting and be stop hunted. Now, what I would want to see for shorts is obviously I would want to see gold push lower. However, I would want to see some resistance form above us. So you see how we have support below us? Well, I want to see either the support fail and or resistance form. Now, we already have the delta on our side, a lot of negative deltas here. So just a matter of being patient. Guys, I'm going to wrap the pre-market prep up a little early today. Let's see, New York open. Still waiting. I want to see ES open around 58.39. I'm going to add an alert there too. Now, the reason I want the ES to open up there is because then our gap fill will be a lot smaller and we have better chances of filling it. And my gap fill price is right with that 90-minute supply zone. Now we do have a little bit of a bullish fair value gap right here that we tried to hold a couple times. We wicked out of it, but we just closed above it. So the question is, does this candle want to test it and continue, or does this candle want to dump us? Morning, YouTube guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Any questions, please let me know. Nope, I almost marked this out as a supply zone, but this is a 5-minute candle, right? I don't like 5-minute supply zones, 15-minute and higher. Be back soon. See you later. All right. Crude, just chop city. That's why we're not touching crude today. Gold, we'd want to see shorts, but like it's really going to depend. If we throw our fib tool up, we probably have an OTE right here. We do. Remember, guys, this is a daily supply zone. So we would be looking for maybe a 15-minute candle to close below it or a 30-minute candle to close below it before really being able to confidently take a short position on gold. Because it's a higher time frame, it's a daily supply zone. So if we're charting on the daily time frame, we're not going to be trading on the 5-minute. We're going to be trading on maybe the hourly or something like that, right? So we'll be patient. We'll wait. Maybe we get one more pump up on gold to this 2-hour supply zone, but I would really like to see us hold this daily supply right here. We have a minute 50 for this 15-minute to go red, and it's not looking likely. YouTube, hit that like. Twitter, YouTube guys, hit that like button. Subscribe, follow. And Discord, guys, I'm going to be wrapping up the pre-market prep in just a minute. So any last-minute questions, please let me know. Taking a look at ES, we saw some ES levels. We saw some gold and crude levels. We'll quickly go through NAS. Hmm. 15-minute supply zone right here on the 15. A little bit of a 30-minute zone right here. See, I don't like the chop we had up here because usually chop will consolidate and then give us a strong impulse move. You know what? Let's mark this as the 45 because it holds a little more space. Do S45. And yeah. Well, I mean, it's a 1 hour too, technically, but we'll keep it as the 45. It can't be a 1 hour without this candle closing red, which it didn't. So I would like to see a retest of this zone. That would be great. So those are my levels I'm looking for today on ES and NQ. and gold and oil. So ES, I would love to see 58.6275. That would be gap fill price as well as my supply entry. I would like a short position up in there. I'm going to find some type of order flow or something to confirm this trade. And then we're going to take it, try to tighten up our stop loss, and look for a great RR multiple in a good zone. We'll be looking at the VIX too. If VIX does continue to push higher, which it is right now, then we might want to wait. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm wrapping up the stream. You guys got any questions, please hit me up. Or if you just want to chat, shoot me a message. But DMs could be a little bit busy throughout the day, a lot of questions. You guys let me know. Take care, everybody. Happy trading.